I don't know why I bother with this bloody show anymore. BackChat, powered by Paywise. Fresh off another great weekend of football. Good to be here with you all. Hey, Will, what's going on?
Oh, mate, I couldn't be happier. Like, you flat as. Don't, you over there. You're flat as, right, aren't you? Yeah, of course you are.
Yep.
I got to go. Bunbury was great. I loved watching. I was in the rooms afterwards, singing songs.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. How are you?
Well,
We did this alone, by the way, last Monday.
we did. Yeah, because someone was away. Didn't know where he was, missing in action. No Hamish Brayshaw last week, but I know he was there on Sunday. Should we just let's just kick it off.
For no greater introduction, Hamish Brayshaw, everybody.
Okay.
What's up? What's going on?
I'm glad.
How's everybody feeling? I am feeling pretty good right about now. Hearts to hearts and hands to hands. Beneath the blue and what we stand, we shall God bless our native land, North Melbourne, North Melbourne. Dan, help me out. Out we come, out we come, out we come. Just for recreation's sake, to pass the time away.
No, thanks.
Lots of fun, heaps of fun. Enjoy yourself today. I'm going to pass out. I don't know why. North Melbourne boys are hard to beat, real hard to beat, when they come out to play. And we didn't until the last 10 minutes. So, join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus. North Melbourne's on the ball.
You going to finish?
No. Good on North Melbourne. The champions, you'll agree. North Melbourne will be premiers maybe in the next couple of years.
Wow. Well done. Look,
What a
I've had a night to sleep on
Is
it.
that the TV remote? Are you just happy to see me? It is actually the TV remote. It's but anyway, that's wow.
So, mate,
Well done.
What a
Hannah.
game.
Well done.
Hang on a minute. Let's just
what are you dressed as?
you can see those.
Yeah.
Not my actual boner.
So this is full.
Full kit.
Hang on.
If you're just listening to this
If
audio,
you're just listening to this, do yourself a
product.
favour and get on. I'm getting up a group chat that I've got with my family from yesterday. I want to say maybe at 3:35 p.m. This was from
Perfect.
me. A sickening display of football. Harry Edwards turning into prime Darren Glass somehow.
Yep.
And then at 3:50, I've just commented in all caps, "Zoo!" as he's booted one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
That's the big fella on the back. I need to get back in the chair now.
Now,
Keep
Hammer,
talking. Pad for me.
I'll pad for you because I think you may want to get the TV remote back in
Yeah.
your pants.
Okay. Hang on a
you
minute.
knew that we had Nick Larkey in for a guest chat.
I do remember that, yeah.
Stick with us here on BackChat as a little teaser. We'll be playing a little bit of Nick Larkey on the show this evening.
Yeah, it was nice to see
Wow.
Nick Larkey will
Yep.
join us, but we did put a request into the North Melbourne Football Club. Hammer would like to wear full kit.
Yeah, I
Yes.
would love to wear full kit.
So
you're wearing
It
it.
looks unbelievably good.
not
does.
only are you wearing the number 44, which
Which
your
was my old man's number, Stixie Brayshaw 44. Yep.
right, you are wearing Cam the Bull Zerha's match worn jumper.
Yeah, from yesterday. From yesterday. That was the kit he was wearing.
Yes.
What?
And you
Yes.
asked, "Oh, can I
Are
keep
you
this?"
actually serious?
You said, "Can I keep this?" And we said no. And the reason why you can't keep it is because he has to wear that on Saturday.
He has to, he
No,
has
that's
to-
fair enough, Paul. I'll give it back to you. No, that's fair.
So
Wow.
Big Sue brought it in, and he goes, "Oh, so Hammer's not here." I'm like, "Yeah, mate, we'll do the show a bit later." He goes, yeah, I was going to get this jumper back to Cam. He's going to wear it on the weekend." How good's that?
Unbelievable. Cam Zerha or Nick, if either of you guys kick a goal on the weekend against Freo, I want to see you hit the nail in. Hit the nail in with a hammer, point to your back.
I like it.
Don't
Good.
know, probably.
So stick with us for that interview, Dan.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
going to be
that's
very
unbelievable.
good.
Nick Larkey on the show very
Nick
shortly.
Larkey. Yeah, what a
You've
guy.
got to get a tattoo on your bum.
Yes,
We'll
I
get to
do.
that, I'm
We
sure.
will. We will talk about that.
This looks so good. I actually, you know what? I'm thinking about it right now. I would have played 300 games for North.
Yeah, you probably would have.
I could have. And probably still can. Available, 27, fit. Not really. I put this on and I was like, geez, I thought Cam
You
Zerha
just
was
look
massive.
right in it.
And I was like, it checks out that I'm 100 kilos. He's real tight on me.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Daddy
But
is
it's
massive.
he's a big, strong boy. And a gun.
Actually looks pretty good.
It looks exceptional. The colours are just me.
Yeah.
Like, the colours, I love it. Thank you
You
very
look
much.
like an AFL player.
Thanks
so
to Mazda.
you've done
Thanks
it.
to Mazda. Oh, thank you to Mazda. If you want to get a Mazda, the best way to do it is through paywall as well.
Yes.
Never take
I'm
yourself a lease.
in a Mazda right now.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
Mazda 323.
That is partly a paid comment, but is a truthful. It is a
truthful one.
It is a truthful one. It is the best car I've ever driven.
Wow.
Mate, I put a bit of diesel in there. It gets me like 1,100 Ks. Is it? But it's like
I hope it wasn't a
hybrid. It's a
Oh,
hybrid.
yeah, gotcha.
It's for some reason it's petrol car.
Yeah.
Put diesel in, it goes forever.
I can't get, I can't stop looking at myself. This is unbelievable.
Now-
this is the best kit.
The bull.
The best kit in the comp.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Name
You
a
look,
better-
you,
name a
you
better
look,
kit, I
you
tell
look very good in it.
Thanks.
So well done, Hammer. And look, we've given you your time, your
the sun,
flowers,
yeah.
as
I'm
they
happy.
say. But we do need to address something
We
that's
do.
very important.
We do.
Regarding yourself. Now, Will said earlier in the show that you weren't here last week. We said it was just Will, Dan, and myself doing the show.
I was off getting a blood transfusion, knowing full well what was coming on Sunday. I needed extra blood
Now,
because I knew where it was going, baby.
Jaiden, that
Correct. No,
if you could just that photo that I sent you earlier today, that was actually given by my mum. If you could just get that up on the screen, I just want to read this little bit of an article that we saw here. This is
From our
in
good
the
friend Mitch
paper.
Woodcock on,
Sandover
West
medalist Hamish Brayshaw will miss East Perth's bumper WA Day Derby clash against arch rivals West Perth because of a minor leg injury.
did have a minor
the
leg
Royals
injury.
co-captain sustained a
Gee,
corked leg earlier in their loss to East Fremantle last week, and despite blah blah blah, he couldn't play. So is that the reason why?
So is that false reporting or is that?
Well, I mean, I did hurt myself, and it would have been... look, I would have played if I was in the country. I was in South Africa. I did sustain a minor leg injury against... Who did we play the week before? East Freo.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, I was just not in the country.
So on the back of this, we contacted Mitch, who is a writer for the West Australian, and I don't know if you have seen the next part.
No.
Have you seen that you're
The
actually on the
back
back page the next day?
Was I actually? No.
Yeah, it was. They had to clarify the story because I
was
said
North
Mitch.
Melbourne, wasn't it?
Well, I said Mitch, mate, he's in South Africa. This is a
Yeah.
lie. And he said, well, the last thing that our organisation want to do at the West Australian is lie. So we need to clear it up. And
What are
this was the back page.
This will be me.
Of the
doing-
paper.
This will be something made
That
up.
was
That's very good.
The Lion King.
Yeah.
Wasn't that an actual article?
was.
Yeah,
that
that
was,
was
that
Bryce
was
Cotton
Bryce
one.
Cotton, yeah.
After Bryce signed with the Adelaide 36ers, the West Australian thought, let's just shit on the guy that gave us so
Gave
much
us
joy for the last
everything,
10
Right.
years.
So they republished that, and now
Yeah.
you're the Lion King.
Yep.
So where the fuck were you?
I was in South Africa on a safari for a week.
Okay.
need
I didn't get your leave
captain
request
of the football
form.
club. Didn't need to be
So
on
we've
a podcast.
we got co-captains.
Didn't
So
need
it's,
to do your job.
so it's co-captains of the football club. So
So you
some-
just you're
Christian was
part-time.
well. I had to float it by the leadership group and the coach, who were both. Yep, you go, mate. Enjoy.
What part of which one of the big five do they want you to see the most? Like,
They were
what-
happy with the lion. They wanted the lion first. Actually, they all wanted different things. No, I had to tick it off with the leadership group first, and they were good.
Okay, good.
So they were good. We've got two co-captains, so we still had a captain on the day, and we won the game by 40 points.
Don't worry, we're monitoring it live.
Oh,
'cause
yeah, so was
we're-
I. So was I. Yeah,
sweaty?
I was monitoring. Yeah, I was like, oh, because it started off. They kicked the first, then we kicked one back.
we
Then
were
they got
live,
ahead, and
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
oh, Jesus. Someone get him back from South
Far out.
Africa.
No, we're never in doubt. No, but ticked it off. What else?
Powered by Paywise.
Powered by
So
Paywise,
I told the
obviously, and-
story. I
yep.
told the story.
I've
on,
got sick. Oh yeah.
on the show on Monday. I told the story. I just seen Pickers, your boss, your direct report, and I was having lunch, and I was like, oh, Hammer must enjoy himself in South Africa, and he was like, what? And so I started back. A good friend of yours. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, shit,
shouldn't
no.
have said that.
Yeah.
And I started back, and I was like, oh mate, it must be later in the year. And he's like, yeah, he's a captain at East Perth. He won't be away. I'm like, yeah, you're dead right. Turns out you were. What are you doing in Paywise?
So well, I mean, you're allowed annual leave as an employee,
of course.
and if you decide to work at Paywise, you get weeks of annual leave, so it's great. Anyway, I put my leave. This trip's been planned for like 6 months,
Right.
so I put my leave in a long time ago.
Yeah.
And like it
with
has
us.
been approved.
Not with us.
Not with you.
Not by us. either.
I put my leave in with you guys probably 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Thought I forgot to tell you.
Not in writing.
Yeah, I text you saying I'm not going to be here.
That's
That's-
writing.
that's
True.
writing.
Okay.
That is writing.
You're dead right.
Anyway, it got approved that morning. So I left Friday midnight 2 weeks ago. Pickers was at coffee with us in the morning, and like we were all talking about it. There's about 6 of us that go to coffee. We're sitting there talking.
I'm going to see a lion.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what am I? And then obviously because it's just not put 2 and 2 together, I thought I was going to the zoo.
So the third part of this that I need to address, Jaiden joined in on the show. On Monday, pulled the microphone over and said some nonsensical bullshit. We were trying to find out what the big 5 were. I nailed it, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
But the 5th being the leopard.
Yeah.
Which is a naturally
elusive animal.
Yes, it's a solo hunter.
Yep.
It's something you never see. Did you? Because I gave a personal guarantee that unequivocally you would not see a leopard. Did you see all of the big 5?
So I'll give you the rundown.
Thanks.
Lion. So we saw an elephant before we even left our lodge. Tick. literally at the fence next to our hotel. Elephants.
Good.
Tick. Beautiful.
Good to see you.
Game drive.
Not hard to find out that they're
No, they're big bastards. Yeah. First game drive. Literally, probably a kilometre away from the hotel. No more than 2 minutes in the car. Stop. Rhino. Perfect. There's 2. Tick.
Both of those things you can see at Perth Zoo, right?
Yeah, but not in the wild. So
You're not in Africa.
Sure.
Also, my mum,
Perth Zoo's in
I was
Perth.
sending through photos of all this stuff to my family group chat, and mum at some point goes, "Oh my God, it's like you're at the Werribee Zoo." And Andrew, no one really clicked, and Andrew replied to it, and he's like, "Geez, a bit better than the Werribee Zoo," and then everyone started piling on mum. Anyway, not the point. And shout out to the Werribee Zoo.
Yeah,
anyway,
mate, it's actually a very
it's
good
a great
safari.
zoo. It's a great. Well, it's
very
not a
good.
safari. It's a zoo.
No, it's a safari, but it's not in Africa.
No, but it's not as good.
Safaris aren't limited to Africa.
What's the definition of safari?
Google that. Jaiden, pull that up. Anyway, so that was the first 2 ticked off. Lion we saw the next day. That was ticked off pretty
Easy.
quickly. We then got a closer up view of the lion a couple of days later. And then off to the right, we thought we heard something jostle in the trees. And then this impala has jumped the length of the road in air, nearly got in the backseat of the car. And we were like, okay, something's attacked that or tried to attack it and it's run away. I look into the grass, see spotted back, and I'm like, leopard, here we go. Em saw it first. Our guy calls it on the radio. We do a quick turn and try and follow this thing. Cheetah jumps out behind the car. Runs down the road.
Saw a cheetah.
It was a cheetah, not a
big
leopard.
5.
Not a big 5, but incredible. Saw
Good
a cheetah,
effort to get a cheetah.
cruising down. That was wicked. So we hadn't seen the leopard at this point.
Yes.
2 days had gone past since that day, and I was like, oh, we're not going to see the leopard here, are we? We're not going to see the leopard. And I was like to myself, you know what?
Because they're impossible.
Yeah, they're very hard to see.
Like I said, you're not going to see
I was
a
like,
leopard.
I would almost, I was contemplating in my own head, would I rather have not seen the leopard? Would I have rather not see that cheetah come out and then been able to claim that I saw a leopard? Because they look very similar from the top without their tails. The game ranger, the driver, saw the top and said, that's definitely a leopard. So he'd confirmed that it was a leopard until he saw the whole thing and it was a cheetah. Anyway, we then, 2 days later.
I reckon he was considering it too.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
like, I might just tell these idiots
it's a leopard. Yeah, give him a tick off. Anyway, 2 days later, we saw a leopard. We saw a leopard. I've got photos of the leopard. I've got videos of the leopard.
So you sent me a photo.
I sent that to you
I
and you
said, there's
said,
no way
bullshit,
you could
not a leopard.
Well, you just said that you saw a cheetah and thought it was a leopard.
Yeah, because you...
So how's this not a cheetah?
Because on the cheetah has a black tail, leopard has a white tail, and you can see the tail.
I never saw it.
Right.
I sent it to you. Anyway, then we saw the buffalo the next day. So I ticked off the big 5.
Well done.
But yeah, you were absolutely correct that was the big 5.
Yeah, correct. I know. But I also said that you just guarantee you'll never see a leopard. And you saw it like 10 times. Very good.
Well, it's good to know that you're home safe, Hammer. Welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to
Appreciate
be
you making the time for us today. Let's
You got
just-
any other trips planned for the rest of the year? Like Kentucky's maybe with Dimmer before finals?
No, I don't know where I'm going to go. I might go to Italy with Ken, because Ken will probably get the sack.
Oh, boy.
But Ken just won.
I know,
Just
we'll get
send
to
it
that.
through in writing on email.
I'm a text operator,
we'll,
mate. You know that.
All right, well, just get it approved.
I
okay?
did.
All
I
right.
still joined in. I still joined in to both shows
Yeah, it's
when I
good
was
point.
away.
True.
And anyway, I cut my trip short for Hamish Happy Hour, so there was that.
Well done. All right, let's talk about the football, shall we? North
Yeah.
v West Coast. I thought we were home. Really did. Third quarter, I don't know what happened. Can't explain it. The mayor of Bunbury was there, just rooting
me.
for the team.
Me, the mayor of Bunbury. Did you see that I got the keys? Me
No.
being Cam Zurha.
Oh, true. Yeah, true.
yeah, sorry, not actually me. We did at dinner. Cam Zurha got the keys to Bunbury.
Yes.
So good.
So
Unbelievable.
We're
Anyway,
going to chat
just-
to Nick Larkey about that in a little bit. But what do you reckon he gets? Like, what do you reckon you get, Cam?
Well, if Dom Sheet is anything to go by, who has the keys to the city of Kalgoorlie, you're allowed to like walk your goat through the street without a leash. You're allowed to pee. You're publicly urinate. You're allowed to
Has he done any of these things?
I'm not sure.
No, there's an actual list.
There is a list of things
So
you can do.
yeah,
so
okay.
that's what I'd be doing. I'd be pissing it down. I'd just be walking down Maid Street, flopping it out.
Stay
on a
tuned
massive
for Nick
boner.
Larkey. Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
we do discuss some of this with Nick Larkey. We also discussed the fact that I will be having to get a tattoo.
Yes!
So that bet is well and truly underway.
Hang on for Nick Larkey to find out what tattoo Dan is getting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you... Do you want
Really
to
happy
give
about it.
your...
Yeah, you give me your take from what you saw happen.
Well, it was the worst game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like ever. Up until the start of the fourth quarter.
Oh,
It was just like... It was abysmal. And close your eyes and picture the perfect day for football. It was that.
Yeah.
It was 25 degrees, sunny, no wind.
The wind never came in.
It was the best ground. It had had months to prepare. It was the best looking ground that I'd seen a game played on in a long time.
Yeah.
And it was a country feel, spectators all around, beautiful. And no one hit a target for 3 quarters. Like handballs were just magnet to the floor.
Early too.
Early. Like
The first 5-10 minutes, there was about 10 errors that I thought, oh boy, this is not looking good. But it's the worst side versus the second worst side.
it's true. It checks out. But have you ever played? Did you ever play stickman golf?
Yeah.
You know those little
Oh,
magnets that like bounce the radiation off, and then your ball sort of like goes. And that was like there was one of them in the middle of West Coast goals that was just pushing it left and all right. Blokes could not hit targets to save their life.
Yes.
Blokes couldn't kick goals. They were 1 goal 13. Kept us in it because we were
1-13.
we were getting minced. Like we were getting minced at this point. And then all of a sudden the last quarter comes around. West Coast kicked 2, and I'm thinking I've got to get a tattoo on my bum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there, and then next minute, Sheasel got a touch. Luke Parker got a touch. LDU started getting involved. Sherry was dominating. Shai Simkin went bananas.
All the good players started playing.
All the good players started playing really well. Zerha kicked one. Fisher had a big last quarter. Guys were just going nuts, and I was like, oh my God, we're going to win. Oh my God, we're going to win. Oh my God, we're going to win. And then we kicked that goal to go ahead. Skipper kicks the sealer. And I was on the bench. I was on the boundary near you. We had the North Melbourne function going on in the back.
Yeah,
I've
the
been
president-
eating sausage rolls and they've been offering me Pepsi.
Shout out to everyone involved in
Yeah.
that. They fed you and I all day.
Yeah, it was exceptional, and the food was great. I had to politely decline about 3 or 4 beers, which was disappointing.
I declined more than 3 or 4. Like,
Yeah.
I would have had a steady stream of alcohol.
Yeah, if you had been allowed.
Yeah,
if
did
you had
not
not have
touch
been
it.
working.
My
But
lips.
I was then just right in the wave of that, and it was just like you could see the wheels ticking. The boys are going to win. The boys are going to win. And they held on in defence. They got going on the way forward. And then after the game, it was like every North Melbourne player was my best mate. It was unbelievable. I'd never met Harry Sheaser before. And he comes up, slaps me up, like, yeah, what a win, brother. I was like, oh, jeez. What is going on? LDU, I went to school with him 8 years ago. Remembers,
You
comes
are-
up, hammer,
You
slap.
were hugging Luke McDonald. like-
Elmac. I remember we went to Port Fairy as a family when I was about 10 and stayed near the McDonald's and haven't seen him in about 16 years. And he slapped me up, hammer, my day one. Yes! How about that? Slapping up Fisher, Griffin Logs, Nick Larkey said g'day.
We were straight into the rooms.
So they said, do you want to come in the rooms? Yeah, I'd like to come in the rooms. And like,
You and I were together at this stage.
yeah, we were together at
Or
this stage.
you blacked out. You
No,
forgot about
I was in there. And like, so wanted to push my way into the song and get in there. But I was off. I was on live with Triple M on radio and they were like, because we didn't think the radios would work under there, the mics, but they picked up somehow. I was like, okay, we'll get the song. Because as you do on the boundary, you have to hold the microphone up and get the boys singing the song. I just put it to my mouth and started singing hearts to hearts and hands. And then held it up and started like getting the rest of the song. Halfway through the song, Ben Stratton, captain, premiership player, 200-game player for the Hawthorn Footy Club, has rolled in, pissed as anything, in full North kit, and as I'm live on radio, just shouts at my face, shittest game I've ever seen! As the boys are singing the song, I get up upstairs afterwards, had to give the microphone stuff back, and Leachy, the producer, goes, when they were singing the song, did you show it was the shittest game they've ever seen? And I was like, nah, mate, that wasn't me. Sorry. Ben Stratton. It was Ben Stratton. Anyway, it was just like slapping Clarko up, giving him hug. I was like,
Did you slap Clarko up?
yeah, slapped up
Did
Clarko.
you?
Yep, gave him a big hug. And like, it was just, I just couldn't fathom what was going on. Like, I was looking at coaches were like giving me winks and nods, and I can't even remember.
Why
it.
is this?
Don't know.
You're the ambassador.
Spiritual leader
I
of Western Australia.
I felt like the ambassador
Right.
And
of
look
North,
at-
and now
look
they've
at
given me a full kit.
Is that the first time you've been in the rooms while they've sang the song?
Nah, I used to go every week.
Right.
I used to do that all the time.
Right.
Well, there you go.
So it was like
It was like I was back.
boyhood memories.
It was genuinely, I was back. And we are back. Watch us go on a run now, mate.
Jeez, you were happy, mate.
It was so good.
All right, well, that's that.
Anyway,
game.
and you lost. So that made
Yeah, we lost.
And now you got to get a tattoo on your bum.
We just, I don't want to talk about it. It's a dumb game. We move on to the next week where we take on Carlton at home and we'll win that one.
Oh yeah, you should win that.
We'll win. Well, actually, we'll win that. I'm pretty confident.
I think you'll win that.
Punishment will be revealed by Nick Larkey in just a little bit on the show right here live on BackChat.
There are other things going on, so let's get through them as well.
None more important.
AFL CEO Andrew Dillon has held a private meeting with Bailey Smith at his Surf Coast home on Thursday night, joined by Geelong coach Chris Scott and club executives following recent off-field incidents. Boys, what do we think was on the menu? Heard he wasn't there, so 700 meatballs off the menu. But what were they eating?
Well,
what are they doing?
Yes, I just want to question. I spoke this on the Shoulder Footy Cast, which I did by myself.
I listened to that, and you sounded like you'd smoked 1,000 darts.
That's how I wake up every day. Every day, that's how I wake up.
Unbelievable.
So I did that by myself, by the way.
Yeah, it was tough.
What's happening? Why is Dills and Scott and all the
Apparently he was
decision-makers-
late to see the Prime Minister.
Who was late to see what?
Dills, because Albo went to the Hawks game, and apparently Dills was meant to see him there, but he was like, "No, I'm gonna go see Bailey first, and then I'll see you at the game."
And what's happening? Why is the CEO of the AFL catching up with Bailey Smith?
I'll tell you what. They would have served They would have had Pepsi as the drink, not Coke. They wouldn't have wanted to tie that line.
Is that right?
They would have had Pepsi Max there, no question about that.
Perfect.
I don't understand this one bit. What the fuck is going on?
Have we just not heard that this happens? That's what I was thinking.
No,
After I
it
said what I
doesn't.
said
It
this
just
morning.
doesn't happen.
Maybe this happens all the time.
Well, who's the
No.
Every week, like Dills just calls in and catches up with someone, and everyone catches up, and or maybe we just don't know.
But he's like an
But
hour, an hour's drive away.
Let's think. Okay, I'll tell
That's
you.
not the issue.
I'll tell you who you should ask. Who's the last bloke to have some off-field?
Cuzzy.
Yeah, maybe Cuzzy.
Andrew
Hey, mate.
Matra.
Yeah, Cuzzy. Did Andrew come around to your house and have a chat at any point? Jesse Hogan, did he ever when you were having some off-field stuff? Did he ever come around? Jordan De Goey? Did Dills go and meet you in Bali at that when you had your week off when you got to just go away?
Swanee?
You should have asked him when he was like, what is this? Who cares? He's
Yeah,
just saying on social media. He's just tweeting back to some bloke. Yeah, mate, I might do a couple of bags after the season's done. Whatever, leave me alone. Everyone does it. That's all he's saying.
Oh, boy.
He's doing skips with his dick out. It's like he's just
Everyone's forgotten about that.
the skipping video when he didn't have jocks on and his hammer was just fucking flopping like
He
an
looked like
elephant
North
trunk.
Melbourne.
It's like an elephant trunk. It was mesmerising,
Big
like a
five.
metronome. It's like hypnotising. You couldn't stop looking at it.
Yeah, so you haven't forgotten about it.
No, of course I haven't. Actually, it was like it's like watching that game of tennis. Whoa.
Yeah, so I just don't know what's happening. I wonder if anyone on the YouTube chat wants to chime in with what's going on. But that is just absolutely bizarre operation. We are live, by the way, Dan.
Yeah. Of course.
Watch him from now. So I heard this where there's conspiracy. It's been going for a while, but that the AFL know the winner of the Brownlow and the whole Armaguard walk in. These votes have never been seen before. Is just a load of bullshit. Andrew Dillon's wife last year, or no, Gil McLaughlin's wife was it last year?
Yes.
Said you're speaking about he said that Bont doesn't go that well, and it was like okay. We all thought Bont was going to dominate, and then didn't get any votes for 14 rounds. So I was like, okay, well you clearly know something. But watch Bailey Smith now does not get any votes from here. I reckon.
Yeah, so I just want to ask you about, is there a conspiracy theory happening? Because he didn't play.
Yeah, I just think they're going to.
And he did a very, for Geelong, right?
Yep.
Who is the
kings of waiting until the first bounce.
Yeah, but they're also the kings of not letting anyone know about what's going on, right? It's all behind closed doors. There's people not training. Instead, he's out in the middle of the ground doing I got to tie Hammy. Make sure the cameras get me.
I know. I have a theory on that. They're
Just be careful.
Oh no, this is all allegedly, obviously, but they Geelong have offered the olive branch with that regard to the AFL to maybe sweep a couple of things under the carpet.
Okay.
I.e.,
we didn't give him a week.
No, as in i.e. investigations into paying players more than they should. Guys, or hey, you want to dig into our salary cap? We'll give you Bailey Smith. Have him for a week. Have our Trojan horse. Meanwhile, in that Trojan horse is $1 billion.
Why are they all meeting together though? Why?
No, that was weird. I don't get that one bit. In what? I don't know. I wonder what they had for dinner.
We're losing you to training a little bit, so let's
push
move
on.
on.
Sorry,
Let him just get on with it.
Of course, we're going to talk about Adam Chera, but before we do that, we do have a super comment from JD.
Super comment.
Hey guys, love the show. Yesterday's game was the worst game ever. West Coast worst performance of the year.
That is
Fair.
correct.
Very
Yeah,
fair.
definitely.
Very fair.
Glenn Jakovic, I don't think, Jacko, I love working with him, became really close with him actually working at 6PR. He couldn't have said it any better. He said, in 20 years of calling football and in the 20 years before that I played it, this is the worst game I've ever seen. He said it on live radio.
Yeah.
That's spot on.
We just got another
probably
super
spot
comment
Super.
from James G.
Super.
Hey guys, Bo Allen here. Just want to thank Minnie for the 36 seconds of game time I got. Fun to get a bit of a jog in the sun with my friends. Cheers.
What was going on there?
was
That was bizarre.
Just don't play him.
No, play him.
Yeah, but like if it gets to that late in the game,
I don't know what was going on.
I reckon
Did
that
they forget?
I reckon he just thought we're going to hold on here. We don't need it. And then he was like, oh, it's too late. He made the call way
Felt
too
like they
late.
forgot.
He was standing on the sidelines for age. Like, I feel like he's warming up for about 15 minutes. Just get him on.
well, I think I reckon what was happening is because Elijah had hurt his ankle,
Yeah.
and he was like constantly doing repairs and running with the physio and making sure it was okay. But he was their best player almost.
Yeah.
So like he couldn't take him off.
But just go take one of the tall forwards
yeah,
off.
I know.
All right.
Lose the game.
Essendon's Sam Durham has been handed a 2-game suspension for a high bump and Chera during Sunday night's clash. Lee Montagna has deemed the incident as dangerous as it gets. Hammer, your thoughts on this one?
Well, I've got I don't know how much this has been, or if this is a popular opinion or not. I agree that Durham went to bump and like looked at him. It was a bad incident. He looked at him, bumped him, and like clearly cleaned him up. But there needs to be, I think, the AFL need to look at ways of not sanctioning, but like there needs to be more onus put on the player going for the ball. Adam Chera's running with his face. If he goes in for the ground ball with proper technique, turns his ass, Durham is just like, it's just a massive, the commentators, like that going on. The AFL is like, wow, what a contest. How hard's football? But he doesn't. He leads with his face and gets split in half. He should not be leading with your face. Don't lead with your face. For any young footballer, and like obviously I hope Adam's okay and it was not a good look, but for any young footballer going for a ground ball, turn your ass then. Don't run over it with your face.
Yeah, I think it was really poor technique by Adam Chera as well. But I reckon 2 weeks is probably about gut feel right, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I think if it had have been like if Chera was turning his ass into it and like he still managed to sort of get him in the shoulder with his get him in the face, then I think it's probably 4 weeks with that intent because he clearly intended. But I think the intent to go at the ball and then all of a sudden your face is in the way. I think I think I'm happy with 2.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
Give me the Jack Barley medal, please.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we've got one more super comment, sorry.
Super comment.
Boys, this is from Frederick.
Freddie.
Might be from a particular Frederick. Boys, what are the odds of Luke Jackson staying at Freo?
Is that Michael Frederick? Michael Fredericks. Freddie. The odds of Luke Jackson staying at Freo,
I would say
I
high.
think are good, yeah.
I would say high.
I think he's come out and publicly said that.
We lie detected him.
$1?
We lie detected him. Not $1.01.
I'll tell you what.
I
Here's
think
my.
it's $1.01.
This is my assessment. Because we actually did lie detector him, and Chaz he's done it for years.
And that was that recent. It was done pretty recently.
Yeah.
Someone in the YouTube chat said that was done ages ago.
No, it
wasn't
was
that
done
long
like
ago.
3 months ago, maybe.
Yep.
If that. If he has lied to my face, and he has lied to everyone in there, he's got past a professional lie detector, 1. But 2, you could not have looked and listened to that and been like, yeah, mate, you want to leave. He was so clearly invested in staying. When we asked the boys, so we had Andrew, Freddie and Luke Jackson on, when we asked them what they would do for Freo to win a premiership this year, Luke would have almost given up every single thing.
Yeah.
Everything.
Literally, he's like, yeah, mate, I'd hack a leg off.
Freddie wouldn't even give up soft drink. It was
Freddie
like,
wouldn't even have a haircut. Freddie would not have a haircut for a year. And all of a sudden, like Andrew wouldn't give up. Andrew wouldn't go down a chair at the beach. Meanwhile, Luke's like, yeah, mate, I'll hack a leg off. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
He didn't lie.
Yeah, he
Freddie,
did not lie.
Freddie and your brother just came in and
Yeah,
lied to our faces.
straight lied to our face. Oh, do you like Oscar Allen? Yeah, I don't mind him. Wrong. Okay, well, Freddie was a bit thrown by that, actually. But yeah, mate, I think he'll stay.
All right.
JBM. Come on,
JBM, let's do it.
Here it, Jaiden.
You've got the touch.
You got the power.
That's right. That's it.
You can't see it anyway.
Hamish Brayshaw, give us the goods.
Thanks
Jack
to
Buckley medal.
TABtouch.
Where are we at?
So we're actually updated. So I had to do literally as I was in here.
Yes.
I was plugging the numbers for the
algorithm.
algorithm. With
Grind
the,
never stops.
The grind
I saw
does
it
not
in
stop.
action. It was really good.
So did it affect anything?
It did. It did.
Someone got votes.
Someone got a vote.
Wow,
I
better
have
be right.
now. I actually have something. I have to. Every man must admit when sometimes there may be an error and it's something wrong. I need to float something with the both of you. Okay.
Okay.
The algorithm, in my opinion, is perfect. I think we've already spoken somewhat about like the eye test being added in before, but the algorithm doesn't account for what Mac Andrew did on the weekend.
Right.
So Jeremy Cameron was kept goalless.
Yeah.
Didn't really go near the football.
Yep.
Mac Andrew wasn't doing the things that a typical defender does in a Dower operation,
Yep.
but like completely shut him out of the game.
Yep.
The algorithm doesn't account for that. So that's why I'm thinking, is there a room in that for an eye test?
So do you have to then get like one-on-one stats though when someone's playing on someone?
No, because there is contest one-on-one losses and wins as it, like that stat exists. You can see, but what the stats don't show is that like Max got him completely out of the contest to a point where he's not even going for a contest.
There's not a stat that would
There's
be
no
registered.
stat.
Right.
You can't register a stat for a bloke just like completely negating him all day.
Fair.
So he doesn't get votes here unless we want to give him votes.
I am of the belief that we have to trust the algorithm.
I do as well, because this rarely happens.
Well, we can't just be giving votes on the show. Can't
Yeah,
just be
well,
giving
yeah,
them out.
that's what I'm saying.
Otherwise, we get comments. People,
Yeah.
well, then you didn't consider this person. This
No, that's
person.
fair enough. Mac, sorry,
I
mate.
think you've done really
Mac,
well.
you've done
with
a
the
great
algorithm.
job.
So Matt got no votes.
Mac got no votes. Mac got no votes. And you know what? His team lost, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Right.
We move into
Hey,
it.
you know what?
Honorary mention to
Honorary
Mac
mentions
Andrew.
to Mac Andrew for keeping Jeremy Cameron goalless. One vote. We had to chat. We did it real late, but this guy gets in. Jeremy Howe today.
Wow.
Was really, really good.
Loved his
Collingwood
game.
win. Loved his game. Love him. I think he is very underrated as a footballer. He's just been around forever. Like a gun.
Yep.
Went forward. Could take hangers now. He's showing the backs how it's done. Jeremy Howe, 1 vote.
How did he do that?
It's a great question. 2 votes. I'm happy to give this next vote because it's the first time this guy will get votes. And
Are you saying the last as well?
no, I'm not saying the last, but like also knowing that he did everything he could to win, to try and help his team win.
Boy, I think I know where this is
But
going.
the bonus just ran over the top of him. Sandy Brock gets 2 votes.
Does
Jack
Sandy
Buckley.
Brock?
Sandy Brock gets 2 votes in the Jack Buckley medal. Do you know
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well
I
done,
was
Well,
surprised.
then I know who's getting the next 3
Well
sets
done,
of votes.
Sandy. 3 votes.
Well done. Hey, that's a round
Yeah,
of
shout out
applause.
Sandy Brock. Well done.
I told you he's a good player.
Shout out Sandy. 3 votes. So remember when I said the best we've ever had was 12 this year?
Yeah.
1 through to 4 votes all got in the 5s. So it was tight.
And it was low.
It was low. So
Right.
like it was Dower operations this
I
weekend.
did
which
see that
liked.
Sam Taylor and Jack Buckley combined for 20 intercept possessions this week.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that's enormous.
But they lost.
They did lose.
Okay.
With 3 votes, they did lose, and they lost because of this guy on the other team.
All right.
Alir. Well done,
Wow.
Alir. Dominated Jesse Hogan. Kicked.
Pretty sure he was in long sleeves. I'm
Yeah, he
pretty
was.
Sure he
Jesse
in long
kicked, I
sleeves.
think, 1 or 2, but like had no real impact on the game. Got just absolutely monstered
Could be
by
his
Alir.
first votes of the year.
It's not. He's had a few votes, Alir.
Congratulations.
He's been like ticking away slowly. So Alir is going well. He's ticking away. 4 votes. Now this guy was 5.9, the highest of the 5s. And if you thought Sandy Brock was good, this guy was exceptional on the day. Give me Harry Edwards. 11
Yes,
votes.
Harry.
He was.
West Coast had 2
West
vote
Coast had
getters.
2 vote getters. Well done. Shout out to those guys. Because, and if you think about the game, they dominated West Coast. I mean, West Coast dominated that game. They killed North Melbourne until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, North kicked 4 goals in 3.5 quarters of football because of these 2 blokes. Harry Edwards was intercepted. I texted my family saying he's turned into prime Darren Glass.
What
he
a
was so
combination.
What's going on?
What a combination for the future.
Exactly. So
Oh, yeah.
West Coast fans will be stoked with that, and I'm sure Harry will be stoked with that. Harry will be
Absolutely.
real happy that he got 4 votes
If
there.
Sam Taylor gets 5 here, I'm going to spew up.
Well,
Because-
okay, so you know how
Only
I said
because of the future of the
you-
Jack Buckley medal.
You know how I said that everyone got in that
Yeah.
little bit got 5. This next guy got 11, and you're dead right. It was Sam Taylor.
Was it?
Oh my God! This was the best, almost. So this was the best defensive game of the year, without question. Like
Didn't someone get 12?
Sam Taylor got 12, but this game was a more completed game. He only got 12. He only didn't get 12 because they lost, and win-loss comes into it a little bit. He was just so good.
We're going to have to stop the vote.
Like
counts.
he was to the point where I look through the year's game. Max Gawn's game against West Coast was the best, I think, individual game that's been played all year. I think Jeremy Cameron has kicked 9 in a game, or someone's kicked 9 in a game. That was the best forwards game of the year. There's been mids that have had 40 and kicked a goal. There've been a couple of those. This was the best game from a defender of the whole year by anyone,
Wow.
without question. It was a masterclass of fullback. Locked himself into the fullback defence. He's going to be fullback in the All-Australian team, no doubt in my mind. But as we talk about the leaderboard, he skips away again.
Mate, he's like 15 in front, isn't he?
He's a lot in front.
Have we got a leaderboard?
No, we don't because I had to update it real late.
Okay.
But Sam Taylor's on 29 votes.
Gee.
And unfortunately, time has run out on Toby Pink's opportunity to get 3 votes in the 3 games to give himself
Did you say the pink eye?
a full 20. I saw the pink eye.
Big
He's a
unit.
massive unit. But yeah, Sam Taylor skips away. And from right now, I am stopping the live vote count.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because at this, like, if Sam Taylor gets one more 5-vote game, it's almost like, okay, it's curtains from here.
Okay.
But it's, Sam Taylor is skipping away to a healthy lead. Jaiden, we are not going to update this leaderboard. We're not going to show anyone. So if you can go back and figure it out, you're welcome to. But no one's going to see the leaderboard from
They won't be
last
able to
week.
figure it out because they won't know who's getting votes.
No, as in from now. So like you
Right,
could
right,
do
right.
the. Are we not going to update the leaderboard for this week?
Yes.
You have to go back and remember it from last week. But
Yeah, but
they
are
all
you
know
going to
the
still
votes.
give votes live? I think you're going to cut votes out too.
No, but then people can just be listening and do it themselves.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not going to give votes, are you?
No, I'm not going to give votes.
Great.
That's why I'm saying. But for right then, I just gave votes.
Okay.
So we're not going to. If you wanted to, and you wanted to be, you go back and listen to last week's leaderboard.
Yes.
Do the numbers for this
Right,
week and add it together. You could probably get.
Right, your own
You
leaderboard.
could definitely tell you what the top 5 or 6
Okay.
is.
Great.
But you'll tell us the weekly votes at the live event we do at the end of the
Absolutely,
Right.
I will. Yeah. God, yeah,
Understand
I'm
what I
locked
was
into that.
asking?
year. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
that's Sam Taylor skips away.
All right. Wow. Well, Hammer, we need to get you to training, but we have a 60-second exercise.
I definitely have.
Let's
60
leave the
seconds in me.
tab touch on.
Oh yeah, might as well.
They might like this.
Yeah, thanks,
they could
TABtouch.
definitely like this.
Boys, it's our time to do a little 60-second whip around of the league. I'm going to read out teams. You're going to take it in turns of who you discuss. You got about 3 seconds each.
Do you
per
remember how
team.
this one works, mate?
Is there any way in which
You were so bad at
it
this.
could be
the
a
first time we
2-minute blitz? Or
No,
we have to?
mate, it's
did.
60
Do you want to do a
seconds.
2-minute blitz?
3 seconds just feels like I can't even think.
Yeah. Do you want to do a
And then
2-minute
it's-
blitz?
and
Let's
then
do a
I'm just-
2-minute blitz.
No, don't,
So
don't,
it's
don't, don't,
6
no,
seconds.
don't be weak. You got it. You got it. 3 seconds, and plus
How-
the timer that I've made it only goes for 60 seconds.
What about you have 6 seconds?
You'd almost like you could.
Okay, you know what?
Almost like you could do it twice the timer.
I'll
Sure.
give you. You know
Let's
what?
do it twice.
I'll give you 4 seconds. I'll take 2.
No, let's do it.
Let's do 1 minute. Come on, let's
Here
do
we
1
go.
minute. What order are we going in?
Thanks, Jaiden. We're going to go Will Schofield first, right? And we're going to go down the ladder from the top.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no, that means you get 17, which means you get the bonus. Can we go bottom to top? So I get the bonus.
They're in 16th position.
Are they? Fuck yeah, come on.
All right, Jaiden, ready on the counter? Yep. You hit it. All right, Collingwood,
Scott Pendlebury never gets younger.
Brisbane Lions,
Best team in the comp, I think, still.
Adelaide Crows,
Jordan Dawson is a freak. Best trade ever.
Geelong Cats,
Old, but always really good.
Gold Coast Suns,
Can't play away from home.
Hawthorn,
I think they're back.
GWS Giants,
Best defenders ever, but are shit.
Fremantle,
Fremantle win this week and then catapult back into the 8.
Western Bulldogs,
Think Bevo's signing big.
Essendon,
The shittest team ever. Ever.
Carlton,
Who just beat them? Carlton did.
St Kilda,
St Kilda are boring except for Wanganeen Miller.
Sydney Swans,
I think they won. I think Coxie's figured it out.
Melbourne,
Melbourne suck except for Max Gorn.
Port Adelaide,
Ken's keeping his job, baby.
North
The
Melbourne,
best football team in the last 500 years.
Richmond Tigers,
Young and not very good.
West Coast,
Enjoy the tattoo
Eagles.
ass Dan Const. That was perfectly 1 minute.
done.
That was the best we've done that.
Well
Yeah,
done.
well done,
There you
guys.
go.
Well
Back
done, really
yourself.
happy
You
with
can do it. You don't need
Yeah,
2
back
minutes.
yourself in. You don't need 2 minutes.
Hamish
Anything,
Brayshaw.
anything to finish us off with before we go to Nick Larkey, mate?
Shit.
Yeah, we're going to go to Nick Larkey.
Fuck. Can you do that in, actually, what's the delay on the live stream? As in- 'cause
Not. I think we're live. There's no real delay.
do you want to
So we're like 3 seconds.
Mate, I gotta, yeah, okay.
You're going to go log in on.
I want to go
get
get
on
in my
YouTube.
car. Yeah, get in you. Nah,
You
guys,
can watch
I'll
it. You
just
can always
rewind.
watch it back.
Yeah, I will,
You can always
but
watch
I
it
like
back.
watching
The
it
show will be finished in about 20 minutes, and then it'll go up on YouTube again. So you'll be fine.
Good luck at training, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Reintroduce yourself to your team, mate.
Can I have this jump? No, I gotta give it back. Sorry, Sylvia. I'm gonna be.
Just remember on Saturday when you're watching them run around, you're going to be like, I was wearing
I
that,
was
and
wearing
I don't
this.
think they'll wash it again. Like that'll be worn
this
from
is
you.
game ready.
It's game ready, freshly worn in.
It's like a baggy
I'd
top on Zer.
I'd definitely watch the shorts. After I've been in them with my... Yeah, no, I can't say that. Come on.
All right, mate. Let's roll Nick Larkey. Get him on here.
Okay, Nick Larkey, we've just done a guest interview, but more importantly for our Monday show where we're about to get into boner chat, that's right, shin boner, spirit, style sort of thing, you've bought in a jumper for Hammer, who I think is watching this right now.
So here it is. This is actually the match-worn jersey. Bull kicked those 2 winning goals in yesterday. I'll show you. So that They only
Wow.
do that sort of print on the official matchday jersey, so Hammer will be wearing Bull's actual kit.
So as
That's
we're
so
watching
good.
this,
and
and
you
as
got
the people,
shorts too, not just the
Yeah,
top.
not just the kit.
so Hammer's wearing them right
shorts.
now, boys. Just so you know, Hammer is sitting as just absolutely loving
in the Bulls kit.
They look big. He's got
He's got big legs.
He's got big legs, big chunky thighs. So we love that. Hey, I just wanted to ask about the game. How did you go in Bunbury yesterday? How was it? I mean, you won. I know.
Beautiful conditions. Like, you couldn't ask for better conditions there. I was worried it was going to be blowing a gale because we played that preseason game there, and it was absolutely. It was one of the windiest games I've ever played in to one side. But yeah, you
playing
couldn't have
Tassie
asked
as
for a
well.
better. Yeah, exactly. I know. I played in a few. Even RSCA Park at Saints is shocking. But yeah, no, it was perfect conditions. But you wouldn't have picked it from the way the game was played. I reckon it looked like it was torrential rain. The way we sort of handled the ball, bit of an ugly win, but yeah, you got to win ugly sometimes. So no, I think we got out of jail a little bit. The Eagles brought the heat. I thought they tackled really well, and we're clean when we weren't a lot of the time. And we just couldn't get much flow on the footy. But to be fair, I think some of our leaders really stood up in the last. Big X in the ruck. I thought Jai, Shees, obviously the big bull kicking those couple goals.
Luke
So
Parker went inside.
yeah, Parks went inside. So yeah, a couple of our crucial, important players stood up when needed. But yeah, it was a. I found it tough personally to get into the game, but some of the other boys down there stood up for us in front of goal. So yeah, it was a positive, and started the campaign off in WA well. Hopefully can do the same thing against the Dockers next week.
Yeah, can I just ask about that, because like there's been lots of external commentary, but what's the thought within within just the players about playing a couple of games in WA? I mean, you're 1 from 1 now, so you
Exactly.
can't.
It's a good
A win's a
record.
win. So like, are you happy, excited? You know, understand where the club's at to be in a position to sell the games in the first place. Like, what's the
Yeah.
thoughts?
Oh, 100%. I feel like I think it was a smart move by the club for the benefits we get from it, obviously money-wise, but also, like, it's unreal to play over here. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better day yesterday in Bunbury. It would have been pouring rain if we were playing in Melbourne. And then, yeah, we get a chance to play, in my opinion, at the best ground. I love Optus Stadium, just like the feel of it. So I love getting the chance to play there. So
You guys got a good
super
record
happy.
there.
Yeah, we don't play. We play all right there. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, I think everyone's sort of really happy with the call to come down and play here.
Are you happy, big fella?
Oh,
West Coast fan?
Bit flat. Hammer and I had a bet on the line for this game. I was supremely confident West Coast were going to win. Just 'cause,
Really?
well, yeah, just like the way that we had been playing, and I just thought like Bunbury, whatever. Just yeah, I was really confident.
What was the bet?
It was a tattoo. So
Oh,
yeah, so Hammer
oh my gosh! Get on the line.
Hamill said he would happily get an eagle tattoo, and I'll get a kangaroo if
Wow.
if Eagles won. And I thought it'd be worse for Hammer if he got the eagle, because he played one game for the Eagles.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be pretty cringe to have an eagle tattoo. So at about 3/4 time, I was like, okay, I think I'm good here.
Could we tattoo my
Yes.
the ruse tattoo like that I just showed Nick?
No, I'm not getting that.
Oh
That's
yeah, the
outrageous.
Jack Drew.
Yeah, can I
Jack
show?
Drew.
Where are you going to get it? Where
Jaiden,
are you going
can
to
you
get
say
this
that?
tat?
Well, I don't know.
Could we get that?
No, I'm not getting that.
I
That would
reckon.
be unbelievable.
It's like
And yeah, where are you getting the tattoo?
I haven't
Wow.
decided where I'm going to get it. I mean, the worst tattoo I have is a fillet of fish on my arm. So like, I'm not that.
Could I ask you a
afraid of
question
it.
to Nick?
Yeah.
Because like we're going to be sitting here watching this. Could we potentially give it to you to take back to the players of North Melbourne?
Yeah.
And like within reason,
Yeah.
I'll give you about a 50-cent piece.
come up with a design
With a tattoo.
Yeah.
for
So
Dan.
Yeah.
Could you do that?
I'm
And that's
the
really
boys
North
would love
Melbourne
to meet
related.
you. Yeah. Okay.
we were like Charlie Common was coming in today, but unfortunately got injured. We ended up counting it, so we texted back and forth today. He said he was going to take the tattoo concept to you and come up
Yeah,
with something.
okay.
Can
So,
you work with Charlie?
I'll
on
work
it?
with Chom on a
Yeah.
design.
Yeah,
Well, so 50-cent piece.
50-cent piece. Like, I'll get it on the arm.
Really?
Yeah, that's fine. Because like,
Right, no wonder Hammer was. I didn't get a chance to see him, but in the room, I saw him from afar, and he looked like a very happy man.
Mate,
It's
he's working for Triple M, right? So I was with him down there. He was singing word for word, like, heart to heart to hands.
That's brilliant.
So he's got the mic, the Triple M one. He's singing, absolutely carrying on. That's what I want to ask you about. That was pretty Rare and Rogue down in your rooms last night.
What'd you see?
Well, first of all, I don't know if you know former captain
Ben Stratton.
Ben Stratton was in there. Stratton
had
was
a
singing.
couple frothies.
He had a kangaroo scarf on. But the Roguers thing was, like, we were, you know, usually after a win, like, there's the players' change room with the door shut, and then you sing the song out, like, where the fans are.
Yeah.
Mate, we were just in your change rooms.
Just everyone everywhere.
Mate, there was... Mate,
Yeah, I know,
like,
everything was happening, yeah.
So, I don't know who was in the rooms. There was a lot of people in there.
Yeah, it looked big.
If
I reckon
someone,
anyone could have rolled in there.
if anyone was rolling in, there was just people just rolling in. All your bags and stuff are lying around. Everyone, you don't think it's stolen.
Yeah, I know. Nothing, not that I know of. But yeah, it was a
brilliant.
bit all over the place. But it's all like, how good's the vibe after? I mean, we haven't tasted it enough, but yeah, it always makes it worth it after a win, because they have been hard to come by. Like the feeling in the rooms and the amount of more people you get in the rooms after a win than a loss. Like there's so many people I've never seen before. But it's just so good to see how happy they are, their faces versus in the rooms. You know, every single person that's in the rooms when you lose.
I love it. I loved. I was in there. I was like,
Yeah,
geez,
it was
I
good
miss this.
energy.
I actually miss because you don't
Yeah.
you don't get to see that once you're out of the footy club.
Yeah.
You don't see the rooms. You see the first one,
Yeah.
But then once the song ended, you blokes like everyone's slapping up.
That's the
and
best part of footy. Really,
Random
isn't it?
guys hugging. Yeah, exactly.
That 15, 20 minutes post game of a win, that's what makes it all worth it. Like, that is the best part.
I had to leave. It was making me feel like I was just like jealous. Last one, Cam Zurhaar's jumper.
Yep.
Right, the big bull. Did he get the keys to the city at
Yeah,
dinner last
he did.
night?
I think the mayor of Bunbury post game. So he was one of them in the
change
rooms. And
Is he a
Bull
Kangaroos
just comes
fan,
to
or
me,
is
he's
he-
like, mate, I've just been given the keys to the city. I actually don't know what that means though. Does that mean you can get into any place?
Any door. Yep.
So
You can open
Yeah,
anyone's
there you
door.
go. He got presented. So we had a little feed at the Rose Hotel in Bunbury last night, and yeah, he came and presented it to Cam, the official
good.
key in a box, mate.
So Sheedy got
So
the keys
good.
to Kalgoorlie, and there's a from the 1800s like a sheet of things you get. So
Oh, really?
Dom Sheed is forever allowed to urinate in the street, and
What?
he's allowed to do that, and he's also allowed to walk a harnessed donkey wherever he feels like into any venue in Kalgoorlie. There's like a sheet of 20 keys
I
to the
wonder
city
if it
rules.
applies the same in
I reckon
Bunbury.
we should find out. Mate, well done. Thanks for your time
Yeah, thanks,
today.
Thanks,
Great win
guys.
and good luck against Freo. You get you big Piercy on you, maybe.
Pierce, he's a big man.
That'd
Big
be good.
Piercy, big moose.
You're
Big
going to kick
moose.
some goals for us. Thanks for your time.
Nah, thanks guys, appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks. There we go. Nick Larkey, Harry Edwards' opponent on the weekend. Harry got votes. Stoked for Harry. First time, probably first time ever.
Do you reckon
I wish we
Nick,
could have
we
told
should have
him.
asked Nick about the Jack Buckley medal, whether he thinks his opponents sort of know about it or not. Yeah, Harry Edwards went big. It was good. Nick Larkey, very generous day after a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have that full interview with him coming out in a couple of weeks. This week, Caleb Sarong, one of the best players in the AFL, strolled into the studio, sat down with us for an hour, and it was a bloody ripping chat. So look out for that coming out on Wednesday.
He likes Lego.
Yeah, he's so smart.
Yeah, he's a proper like footy head. If you like sort of the mental side of footy and the mindset, what sort of drives a player. Like Caleb speaks about this. Like he's not your Bontempelli type athlete. Like he has to squeeze every bit of talent out of himself. And yeah, I found it really intriguing just hearing how he prepares for games and the mental sort of battle that he has to do, like to play how he plays so consistently. I think he holds the record all time in a row, 20 touches.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the chat. This is a really good chat if you're just a footy fan. If you're like, I don't really like the Dockers, doesn't matter. Like this is like real proper footy chat. Really interesting about the mindset of a player. So look out for that on Wednesday. We do have a tipping winner for this week who does get the full experience of the shelter carton sent their way.
full experience of Everton beer.
Yep, there you go. Got seven right.
7 out of 7.
Fremantle.
That's 7 out of 7. It's only 7 games.
Yes, 7 out of 7. Fremantle. Well done.
If you're
Margin of
interested,
10.
I'm coming 210th. That's 2,000 and
Bloody hell. Have you been doing your tips? I keep
$100.
thinking you're just forgetting.
No, I'm doing them.
You're doing
Yep,
them,
Yep,
and
doing
you're
them.
still.
So I got 5 right.
Oh, that's not bad.
This week. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You would have tipped GWS.
I picked wrong. The wrong ones I got was Brisbane and GWS.
Yep. Okay, that's all right. We'll come back. Stronger second half season.
So down at the little event we held down at Shelter, thanks to everyone of those of you who came down for a beer. Hopefully you enjoyed your beer. It was nice and casual. A few people said you're doing a podcast. I said absolutely not. Do you feel like entertaining 100 people? I don't. So I just feel like having beers. So we did that. And
good game of footy on in the background.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't that good. GWS lost. But Scott was there. Scott is leading the tipping. So the man who's leading out.
Really?
Did you not speak to him?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Not a lot of you people did the room too well. Scotty was there. Scotty's leading the tipping, and he still is. I just checked.
Wow.
So that is for cash and prizes and all sorts of things.
Bloody good prize there. That's the full Bustleton experience.
Busso experience plus cash, I think.
Yeah, so good. We have so many fines to get through, and I think we should kick them off. Jaiden, give us your first one, unless you want me to delay a little bit longer. No, we're good to go.
G'day, legends, and the recruit, Matty Eagles. Yes, that's right. I had the pleasure of playing a 9-hole round at Manipi Golf Course in Brisbane this morning, and just so happened that Matty Eagles with his mate were the group in front of us. Now, it was a slow morning. There were a lot of people out. First sunny weekend in a while in Brisbane, so they're all out having their crack, and unfortunately, Mr. Eagles has he hasn't shown up very well on the tee box. He's first off teed up, duffed the shot, he's gone about 100 metres up. He then pulls a ball out of his pocket like he knows this was going to happen, puts it on a tee, and then tries to moose the nari. That went straight left into the trees and subsequently into the water behind them. Now, that was the first reason why I wanted to find the bloke. But to top it off, the last tee box, we pull up on him. And as we're walking up to the tee box, he's tried to stomp on one. And the ball has gone straight between his legs and rolled about 2 metres behind him. His mate looks at us and just absolutely loses his shit, just embarrassed as all hell for his own friend. I mean, to his credit, he did tee up the second shot and absolutely demolish it, but the damage was already done. So, to Matty Eagles, I'm going to charge him $80, which is roughly the price of a TP5 box.
Yep.
Unfortunately, mate, you probably lost more today. Cheers, boys.
So, my favourite Matty Eagles memory was in the hub, in the car park against Gold Coast, and Matty Eagles was in this sort of 14 players not playing for the team, so we had a scratch match against Brisbane. Yep. So it was us, like Hammer was playing in this, by the way. Yep. Wish he was here for this. And I, as we just heard from Nick Larkey, like a bit of verbiage, I just ran around calling him the recruit for like 2 hours of a game. It wasn't near the ball, giving free kicks away, screaming the recruit in his face for 2 hours. That was my favourite memory.
Matt Eagles, so he played from 2017 to 2020.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, he was in that...
he won a reality
TV show to become a footy player.
Mate, he won a reality show and he was... Didn't he play AFL games?
He played 6 games, scored 1 goal. Played 6 games over 3 seasons. So I didn't even think he was still around at the hub time.
What a story.
There you go.
He was.
So good. All right, give us the next one, Jay. That's such a good one.
Yeah, g'day, fellas. I got a fine for Scowie's employer. Fox
one?
Footy.
Okay.
Geelong and Gold Coast game has just ended, and as you can hear in the background, sweet fuck all. I am just staring at this green screen saying, stay tuned. Fix your fucking shit, Fox Footy. You want to claim Super Saturdays for yourself, yet you can't even deliver 40 minutes worth of content between your games. $2 to you, Fox Footy, and $2 for every repeated offence from now on. Fix your fucking shit.
In Fox Footy's defence, I think we are the only match day broadcaster that does do in-between programming between all of them. So if it was a KO issue, KO and Fox Footy, like they're actually, I can't explain the stuff up. Yep. But like if I'm going to defend him, to be honest, I don't really have to defend him.
And like, what do you want between games? Like,
No,
go do something.
No, but I
Come
think
back.
Channel 7 doesn't get to do that because they don't broadcast anything on Saturdays.
Shame.
So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say to that.
Boys, a quick $3.50 fine to Hammer's happy hour. You know, you guys are just saying the Bulldogs are either just winning or just losing. Well, yeah, they just lose, but when they win, mate, they're winning by 9, 10, 15 goals. Like, they pump teams. And then, Bulldogs haven't been in the 8 for a while. We'll take out last week when we fell out of it because of the bye. We were in it for the few weeks before that. And then Bulldogs are a really good team. No, they're not. We've lost to 6 of the top 8. We just pump shit teams. Like, we should be sacking Luke Beveridge, but instead we're going to give him another 2 years.
Yep.
But I'm sick of the talk of Bulldogs are good. How are we, like, 4th in the betting market to win the flag? We genuinely have not beaten the good side this year. Like, I don't know. Mind-boggling. But $3.50 fine to Hammer's happy hour for just, inconsistently talking the doggies up.
That's on you, Jaiden.
Like, get Sam Darcy back soon. He's coming back.
He's coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back this week.
Wow. When's Elliot Yeo coming back? Apparently he's running again, running at training, which is exciting.
Oh, my God. It was a 3-week injury. Seriously.
Fair dinkum, fellas. Can't watch this shit anymore.
Yes.
My phone is to the West Coast Eagles forwards coach, Marco Bello. Fair dinkum. It's not hard to make a fucking lead and get the ball kicked to you instead of standing like a statue.
Yeah, that's fair.
That sounds like it's in a pub somewhere.
Yeah, he's in Bunbury.
I like the fact that he's called out Marco Bello.
How would Marco respond to that?
I don't know how many people know Marco's looking after forwards. I just like the knowledge. I like the knowledge a lot. I don't think Marco would care.
G'day, boys and Dan. It is the third quarter with 27 seconds left. How about that from Coley?
Yeah, that's
Typical
true.
backman, showing the forwards how it's fucking done. Good Lord, that is a $1 credit to Mr. Cole stepping up and kicking it on a day where the forwards have kicked 14 behinds already. What is happening in Bunbury? The lid is off. Let's go, boys.
It's not that hard.
I thought that was nail in the coffin areas. That was such a good goal.
I hope we get a follow-up from that.
That was right before the demise.
Because that felt like it was game over.
Yeah.
Tom Cole kicks goal, game over.
Motivation, like the boys are so up and about. I was like, we can't lose from that.
Please write in again.
G'day guys, Finn Germabum here, and I've just got a few fines here. I'm fining myself $5 for watching the West Coast North game, fining North $5 for what they did in the first 3 quarters. I'm fining West Coast $3 for their inaccuracy and $2 for blowing it in the last quarter. I'm also fining Will Schofield for I think he spoke 3 times throughout the game, despite being like a special comments person. I mean, I guess they had to be really special because they didn't want to give him too much airtime for those comments, eh? So, any more fines? Probably just Hammer for the carry-on you're going to do on Monday's pod. Cheers.
Do we just skip ahead? Or?
Oh, mate, I just don't need to get angry by idiots. It's just dumb. It's fucking on the boundary, you idiot. No, Jaiden, fucking hold it, please. I was on the boundary. Special comments, right, is done by special commentators. Boundary is done by the boundary rider. I was riding the fucking boundary.
Yep. Agreed.
Press the fucking button,
boys.
Jaiden.
Just going to find the both West Coast and North. I know the boners got up, and as a Freo fan, I'm hate watch, so up the boners. Going to find both teams 114. They can split it however they want. That was the combined total points, and I reckon that's flattering because I can't remember what it was, but it was like under 30, like both teams under 30 at halftime. That was the shittest game I've ever seen. It's the only day game on a Sunday. I just want to rot away and watch some footy, and that's what is dished up to me. Like, seriously.
It was garbage.
What a shit weekend of footy, too. Like, I don't think we've had a game over 100 points. Yeah. Come on, AFL. They can cop a fucking fine as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
You take it. I think I read something that, like, on Saturday was the lowest combined score in, like, 100 years or something. On a Saturday when 3 games are played, it was the lowest combined score ever.
Super Saturday.
Special comments.
Scoey.
Not sure
3-quarter time. throw down to the boundary, special comments. Get this one for you.
Oh, is this the same bloke?
In pre-season, North Melbourne had 24 scoring shots to West Coast 16, and West Coast still won. Maybe it's North's turn to win this time. Well, it fucking was, Scully. It fucking was. Put the Moz on them. You got to pay for it, mate. $22 fine for the amount of scoring shots that West Coast had today. You really do hate them, don't you, mate? I know you don't, but grow a haircut.
Grow a haircut. You know what? I'll add to that. You definitely put the Moz on them.
Oh, sorry for...
As soon as you said it, I was like, no, it's going to happen.
And it was right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologise for being right. Sorry, guys. Have my entire life's earnings. There we go. Find me. Because I'm right.
Boys. Where do I start? The Eagles. Oh, disaster. I've never seen a team be so dominant and so shit at the same time.
Yeah.
That's got to be a record. And boy, oh boy, Dan. Little kangaroo. Where's it going?
Yeah.
Little tramp stamp. And Hammer, where have you been, mate? You just decide to rock up, celebrate a win. What's this? I don't like it. There's no passion. No passion from you during the week. You better be on it today. And if Harry Edwards doesn't get plenty of votes in the award, I'm going to be pissed.
Nah,
very pissed.
He got him. He bloody got him. He got 4 of them.
That's so good. That was very accurate on a lot of them. I've decided that the tattoo on the arm for me represents like a dark day in like the club's history. So I feel like
You're gonna chop your arm off.
no, no. I just feel like in like 3 years' time when we win a premiership, I'll look down at that tattoo and I'll be like, oh.
So you're gonna put it somewhere where people can see, or you're gonna hide it?
No, I don't care if people like. I mean, you can't see most of.
Yeah. You've already got a shit tattoo there, so you might as well put another couple.
I might just put it there, like the kangaroo riding the fillet of fish. Give us a couple more, Jaiden.
Hey, legends, and David Attenborough and Steve Irwin's love child, a.k.a. Hamish. While you were over in Africa being Captain Camouflage, some of us have been getting more perfect 9s and margins in the tipping. It's Kenny from the block here to find you $504. Yes. After somehow getting a second perfect round and margin for the season, I've only received 2 cartons from the fantastic people at Shelter. Now, I don't really need 8 more cartons, which is technically what you owe me for saying you'll give me 5 cartons. Give 5 cartons to a perfect round and margin. I'm as surprised as you that I've done it twice, so I think it's fair that you pay the cost, according to their website, of the missing 8 cartons to wherever this fine money goes to. But who does it actually go to? Is it even real?
Wow.
So, Safari Suit Steve, the only big 5 you should be looking at in the near future are the ones with $500 notes coming out of your wallet.
Got him!
Seriously, though, thanks to the Shelter people and you guys for the beers and the laughs each week. It really does help people. And Will, a quick 69-cent fine to you for saying the other week on the Shelter Footy Cast with Skeet, quote, it's going to be a real head-to-head job. Cheers, boys. Kenny from the block, out.
Nice,
Great
Kenny.
fine.
Fucking 2 perfect rounds.
That's so impressive.
I don't think I've ever got them all right. Ever.
How often do you reckon you get a perfect margin, let alone...
No, he hasn't had perfect margin.
No, he's done that twice. Perfect round and perfect margin twice.
What?
That's why Hamish said, if anyone gets a perfect round and perfect margin, I'll give him 5 cartons.
Can you save that and send it to Hammer, because he did say that and he's a man of his word and he will get the beers to you, Kenny. That's fucking elite. I can't believe he's done it twice. It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Head-to-head job. How many more have we got, Jaiden? One more. All right, finish this off. Last one before we finish off.
Blooded, erect boners. And Daniel. Currently watching the Melbourne Collingwood game, King's birthday clash, iconic. I'm going to preface the fine I'm going to give out by saying I think we can all agree that Bailey Smith is the rock star of the AFL, right? Yeah. Bailey Smith gets away with everything. He can afford to give it to the crowd, look cheekily at everyone. We get away with that, right? Why does Harrison Petty think he's the next rock star in the AFL? All right, we get it, mate. The first time you ever played forward, you kicked 5 goals. But since then, you've done nothing as a forward. You look older than Dustin Fletcher when he retired, and every time you get in a push and shove or kick it out in the full, you walk away with a strut and a cheeky smile. It's just not on. It's a $12 fine. That's the number I've come to.
Yeah.
But it's $12, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Just take the chip off your shoulder, Pets. All right, have another couple games where you kick 5. Maybe Melbourne will win a few more games, and I can stop hating my life and try and remember the words to the song. Just be better, Pets. Fucking hell.
backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. Come and leave us a fine. It's just getting better and better. I
that's
love
so good.
this part of the show. I really do. It's my favourite part.
Random people that copped a little drive-by this weekend.
Oh, fuck me.
I
got done twice for special comments.
The recruit. The recruit got a mention. Harrison Petty.
Matty Eagle. We should make it like a you know, like the list on Top Gear where they used to have like the list. We should make a list of just like niche footballers.
Niche footballers.
Matt
that
Eagles,
fines.
Harrison Petty, Will Schofield. That was very good.
Well, thank you to our partners and sponsors of BackChat, making everything happen for us each week. Paywise, of course. Paywise.com.au. If you need a car, just hit him up. Hammer will sort you out.
Call Hammer.
Yeah, call Hammer. He'll get you a car. It's basically free. Not quite, but you're basically there. TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, On One Services, and Camera Electronic. Send us an email, hello@backchatpodcast.com.au. If you like what we do, please share it with your friends. It does a lot for us. Head to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. Just share the stuff with your friends, and then they can subscribe, and we get more subscribers, and our content goes to more people. So thank you for doing that. If you already have, backchat __ on Instagram. Any final thoughts, Scully, before we let them go?
Keep an eye on Cam Zerha on the weekend if he kicks a goal for the Hammer celebration.
Oh,
I say he does it.
So good. See you next week.
Bye-bye.